Okay guys, that was about the best, well, not the best salmon, but it was very good salmon. I don't know what it is about.
Couldn't have been that we were starving.
I know, couldn't have been that we were starving. I don't know what it is about cooking when you're camping, but the food always tastes so much better. Don't you agree?
Yes.
It always tastes, I don't care if it's a hot dog. If you cook it while you're camping, it tastes so much better than...
Charcoal.
Yeah, that might be it. It's better than cooking at home. Maybe it's because you're home. But we are at our new destination, Crystal River. We're gonna go kayaking tomorrow. And I'm gonna spin around here real quick. Oh, Jan was gonna say something.
The breeze is amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna spin around here. Try not to go too fast. But you can see it's a beautiful sunset tonight. Our campground is right on the water. It is called Crystal Isle, right?
Yes.
Yep, Crystal Isle. It's right in Crystal River. Tomorrow we are going to go to the Three Sisters Spring, right?
Yes.
Yep, and go kayaking. There's manatee here usually from what? November to March, something like that. So we're in April. I doubt that we see any manatee. We may. If we do, that's a big plus. Right now we are going to...
I did see a place, I'm sorry, I did see a place that said manatee tours.
Yeah.
But
we'll give it a try.
I haven't researched anything.
Worst case scenario, we're kayaking and the water is crystal clear. So, hence, Crystal River, Three Sister Spring. So the water should not be a problem for Jan. We know how much she loves dark water. So we are...
As long as I can see what's coming at me, I'm all right.
We are walking up in the campground. It's really kind of neat. They have a little ice cream place. So, oh, I didn't say we were having ice cream, did I? We're not having ice cream. No, we're just going to walk up there and look at the menu and the ice cream selections, but have no ice cream. That's a lie. We're going to have ice cream. We earned ice cream today. We had salmon and carrots for dinner, so we did not indulge.
And we're walking.
And we're walking. Look at
what, 5 feet?
Man, we've got to be walking at least a couple of 100 yards. So we've walked a good distance. So we will close the video out for tonight because we're not going to show us eating ice cream. That wouldn't be fun. And we will pick it up again tomorrow morning when we go kayaking. So until then, have a good night, guys. Bye. Hey guys, well, like we said before, we're gonna go kayaking. Jan's getting in the kayak. This should be quite funny. Let's give this a shot. Watch, she's gonna make fun of us because we're videotaping her getting in the kayak.
I'm gonna lose all my...
There goes the other one. I told you this was gonna be funny. This is happening way too easy. I thought for sure there was going to be something more extravagant happen. So it's my turn now. Hopefully I won't fall in the water and make a fool of myself, and Jan didn't. Okay guys, we're in the kayaks. We're back there at the boat ranch, and we launched okay, so we survived. But now we are in two separate kayaks. Oh, I keep hitting her with a paddle. We are in two separate kayaks this time. I think because Jan got tired of me not paddling when we were in the double kayaks. So she said we're getting two single kayaks. We are heading out to, what is it called? Three Sisters?
Three Sisters.
Three Sister Springs. It is not manatee season, but he said that there are manatees still here. He said there's manatees here year round, so we're gonna paddle out. You can see we've got an absolutely gorgeous little canal here to paddle out of. And the water is, let me look down, the water is not brown. It is fairly clear, so Jan's not too upset. Yeah, right. So, and this could work here. You see how she's holding the kayak? Maybe I'll just make her paddle this way. So
yeah, no, we're not doing that.
No. Okay, so we are going to paddle up the canal and enjoy our day. We will check back as we go. You gonna say goodbye, sweetie?
Bye, sweetie.
Bye. We'll see you guys in a bit. So, we were out paddling, kayaking of course, and there are two manatee right here. Good. We can't paddle next to them, we're only allowed to float. So they came up while we were paddling along. It's hard to see them, I know. There's one right over here, he just came up. maybe in a couple of minutes. I know I'm flipping the camera around kind of funky here, but I'm trying not to get too close to the manatees. There's one right there. Can you see him? I'm gonna stay here and we'll see if he'll pop up and take a breath. Oh, here comes one right here. See him? I know the water's not super clear, but there are two manatees sitting right here. I think they must be eating something. I think you can see the back of that one. You can see his back right there. Oh, it looks like there actually might be a few more. There's a couple up there, it looks like. He's just resting on the bottom. This is a big one right here. He's as big as my kayak, I think. I'm pretty sure he's pretty big. Oh, he's moving around. Maybe he's gonna come up and take a breath. So I'm not gonna turn the camera off because I know as soon as I turn the camera off, he'll come up and take a breath. So hopefully, oh, maybe he's coming up here to take a breath? I hope. He's a big one. If he takes a breath, you'll hear it. Yeah, it looks like you can see little bubbles coming up around him. He must be foraging on the bottom for something. What? Come and get you? You can hear my wife back there. She says, come and get me, come and get me. Oh, there's one right underneath me.
Yeah, I think there was one underneath me too, and I'm a little freaked out.
Oh, Jan's freaked out because she thinks there's a manatee underneath her. But yeah, that's amazing that there's one that close. I didn't think we were going to see any today because it's so late in the season, but I think maybe he's coming up. I said that before, didn't I? I think he's coming up. But I think he's just eating on the bottom. They're eating something on the bottom. Oh, yep, there he is right there. See him? Oh, that's amazing. Okay, well, I know this segment's probably getting kind of boring. Can you see Jan behind me? Jan, are you back there?
Yes, I'm back here.
Okay, are you waving, saying hi?
I'm not.
Okay, Jan's petrified. I'm going to go back and help her so that she's not quite so petrified. See, we're in single, I don't know if you can tell or not, but we're in single kayak. Well, I already said something about that. Didn't I say something about that we're in single kayaks?
Yes, Scott.
Yep. Oh, she's freaking out because there's a manatee coming up alongside of her. Well, I'm going to go so that I can help her, but I thought I wanted you to see the kayaks. The manatee. I'm stumbling all over myself here. Sorry. Bye. So there's one right next to Jan. And what did you call it? No, tell everybody what you called it.
I said it's a sea monster.
It's a sea monster. That poor little innocent.
Huge. No, it's huge.
That poor little innocent manatee that's over there is a giant sea monster, and my wife is petrified of it. What?
Oh, it's underneath me. I don't want to. I want to be out of here.
This is my wife. You see this?
There he goes. Do you see him?
No, I can't.
Oh crap! I want out. I want out.
Listen to her. See, these are the golden moments that you guys stay tuned to our channel for, are for these things.
Please just get me out of this section.
It's either dark water, alligators, or clear waters and manatees. It's either one of the two. She freaks out about it. Scott. I better go save her or I will not get any sleep tonight because she won't let me sleep. So I'm glad I got that on camera.
Oh God, there's another one underneath me. Come on.
Oh my God, you just missed it. My wife, my lovely wife over there, I didn't get the camera going fast. She just rammed right into me. You believe that? And she's over there laughing. I can't believe it. I was paddling along all nice and smooth, and she decided that it was going to be battleship, and she ran right into me, caused me to go over here towards the island. I think that's what it was. She was trying to get away from the island and she ran right into me. I can't believe it. That's over there. That's my lovely wife, the assailant. I'm gonna call the FDLE on her. No, Fish and Wildlife. I'm calling Fish and Wildlife on her. She's recklessly operating a boat. I'm gonna catch up to her and I'm gonna make her pay for that. See, now I've got the camera running and she's coming up here like full speed ahead. She won't do it now. Now I've got, see, you guys are my protectors. I've got video evidence in case she decides to ram me again.
No evidence whatsoever.
Yeah. You see how she turned away? You saw when I first started the camera how she was like torpedoing right towards me? Now she's turned gently to go away. Yeah, we know. See, I'm going to use this as my safety net. Anytime I see her coming close to me, camera goes on, and she turns away. Look at, yeah,
The wind blew me.
I'm smart to her game now. Then she can't get me, and now she stopped paddling. She's waiting for me to turn the camera off. That's what she's waiting for. This may be the longest episode ever because I'm never going to turn the camera off. Look at her over there. Okay, I will turn the camera off because my arm's getting tired. So, so she might ram me. I don't know. Bye. So we are pulled up into the area known as the Three Sister Springs. Jan is just shooting through here like a rocket. But when I just ran into land, one of the springs is over there. It's probably hard to see. And I think where Jan is going is where the other two are at. So I'm going to paddle that way and see if I can go in there. I see people going in and out of that little area. So I think that's probably where the spring is at, other two, because there's supposed to be 3 springs. That's why it's called the Three Sister Springs. In the wintertime, I think this is where all the manatees come. Although, you know, we've been fortunate. We've seen several manatees so far. But I think in the wintertime, this is one of the main areas where they congregate is in this area because of the springs feed and keep a constant, I think it's, sweetie, is it like 71 degrees? Is that what the springs are every year? It's about 71 degrees, something like that. They stay at consistent temperature. So I'm going to follow Jan and see if I can get up in there and see the other 2 springs. As you can see, I'm not doing a very good job of navigating through those pylons. I'm trying to paddle and keep the camera going. I'm doing a horrendous job. You can tell. I'm doing a horrendous job. I'm pushing off here, pushing off there. But we are headed towards, I think, what are the other 2 springs for the Three Sister Springs. I've got somebody behind me here, so forgive me again. Camera work is horrible. That's what happens when you get single kayaks instead of double kayaks. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. See, these are the people behind us going, I wish he would paddle. I wish he would paddle. So I'm going to set this down and paddle a little bit. Yeah, so this is a lot bigger up in here than I thought it was. You can see there's quite a bit of area where the springs are at. See, there's quite a few kayaks. Huh?
Are you doing a documentary?
No, we document everywhere we travel. So we travel all over the place. We have a vlog on YouTube.
Oh.
So it's pretty good size. You can see all around here. A lot of people up in here, and it looks like it goes quite a way up in here. Now I'm curious. You know that spring that I showed back there? I wonder if there's really 3 springs up here, and maybe that one doesn't even count. So you can see there's a lot of people up in here. This is a nice little area. Say hi, Jan.
Hi, Jan.
So she's actually being very cautious about paddling, and I'm about to run into some rocks here. So this is nice. Paddle around a bit more, and maybe check back. I don't know. It's about the same no matter where I look. So. Very nice. You can see everybody's having a really good time just relaxing and enjoying the springs. It's a perfect day for it. I bet it's about 85 degrees out, so it's really nice. I'm going to enjoy this a bit more. It looks like there's a parking area up here where people can come if they don't have a kayak. So I'm going to wander around a bit with the kayak and enjoy this.
Later that same evening.
Hey guys, here we are. You know, we went on a kayak trip this morning, and our kayak wasn't a guide because he didn't go with us, but the guy that was renting out the kayaks, Jack, suggested we come to Homosassa Springs State Park while we were here, and he gave us a little coupon for a discount. So we are here. We took a little boat ride to come out to the park, which is kind of odd because there's a road that runs right in front of the park. So I don't know. I don't know why you take a boat ride out. Well, maybe the car is optional, but there's a tram and a boat. But we are here to enjoy Homosassa Springs, and Jan's being awfully quiet.
The scenic tour.
Yeah, we took the scenic tour. Jan's being awfully
back.
quiet, isn't she? She's not talking much at all. I think she's waiting to go inside and get a drink because I can pretty much assure that boat ride took about 15 minutes and it was hot. And she's ready for a drink, so I'll bet that when we go in there, we're going to get a drink. So I thought that I would shoot a sweet tea. Look at her, yep. So we're going to go inside and get Jan a drink and then wander through the park. There is another sign over here that talks about being able to walk underwater and see fish, so we're going to do that. There's a hippopotamus, there's bears, what else is here? Whole bunch of stuff. So we're going to enjoy that, and we'll shoot some video while we're here. Yep, gators. We already saw one gator. So we'll shoot some more stuff on the inside of the park. Bye.
Bye.
So we found Lou the hippopotamus. He's the hippopotamus that was brought here in 1964, and he's 50 years old.
59.
He's 59 years
Yeah,
old?
they said he was
I thought they said he was 50, but anyway. But he was made an honorary citizen of the state of Florida by Lawton Childs so that he could... Uh-oh, what?
Stop filming. Stop filming.
What did he do? So pardon the interruption. Lou is having a little bit of a... What would you? Oh my goodness! I don't know if I would have called it that. I would have said a little bit of IBS, maybe irritable bowel syndrome. So Jan was telling me to stop filming, but luckily he was behind my hat, and he is 59 years old. So I don't know. Lou is back over there somewhere, but that was why Jan wanted me to stop filming, was because Lou was having a little bit of a problem. But thank goodness my hat was shading you from the glory of Lou. But we are having a blast here so far. We are having a blast so far, so we'll catch up with you later on in the park. So we are in the bird aviary. Jan's over there, and we are standing, come in here, sweetie. We are standing right next to, what is it? The rosette spoonbill bird. And they don't even, I guess they're just so used to the people coming in here that they don't even,
it doesn't even bother
them. Jan's trying to get out of the frame. She doesn't want to be in the frame.
Sorry, I can't even see where the frame
Although
is.
I will tell you the one thing bad about the aviary, because there's birds in here, it has a very distinct odor, and if you've ever had a bird or been around a lot of birds, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it is kind of cool that you can get this close to them. Really, so far, what do you think of the Homosassa Springs State Park?
This is cool.
It's pretty cool, yeah. It's definitely a good half-day trip.
Yes.
If you had lunch and then you came here, it'd be definitely worth that. And we're only about halfway done. We haven't made it over to the side where the underwater attraction is, where you get to walk under the springs, and they have manatees and fish, all kinds of stuff. So we haven't made it there yet, but we've been on the wildlife side so far. So been a lot of fun, and we are going to continue walking around.
Sorry, I'm getting the eye.
Yeah, she's afraid the bird's going to do number 2 on her, so she's not taking her eye off of it. So we will see you in a bit. Jan has found her favorite bird, right, sweetie?
Yeah.
She loves these flamingos over here. I don't know if you can see them, but they're back in the backside of there. The exposure might the exposure might not be quite right, because we're in the shade and they're in the bright light over there. But they're very pink, giant flamingos. Just a few seconds ago, they were just making this unbelievable noise, very loud. Maybe when we get around the other way, we can see them a little bit better. But this Jan came around the corner and saw them. She said, "That's my favorite." So these are her favorite birds so far. Right,
well,
sweetie?
they have to be if you're with an Airstream.
That's right. I didn't think about that. If you were with an Airstream, flamingos have to be your favorite bird. So
They do.
by default, these are our favorite birds. So yeah, we had to do that to be touristy. Jan forced me to do that. Just so you want you to know that she forced me to do that. So that was our tourist photo for the day. We are just about at the end of the tour. Well, what is it? Not really the tour. It's the wildlife trail here in the park. I really think we had a good time. It was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yes.
The boardwalk walks all the way through the park and then goes back out to the Homosassa River. So that was really pretty neat. Now we have to walk our way back the wildlife trail into the nature center and then catch the tram back to where our car is parked. So we had a good time in the park. I would say definitely, if you're in Homosassa and you have a half a day to kill, this is definitely worth the trip. Not very expensive. There's a lot to see here. Probably in the winter is the best time to come, because that's when all the manatees are here. There were no manatees in the park while we were here, so we didn't get to see any manatee in the park, but it was still an enjoyable trek and an enjoyable visit to this little state park here in Florida. So we are going, oh, I lost my wife. She's somewhere. She always walks away from me. I don't know why. She went somewhere. She must be taking a picture or something. So I'm going to close the video out here for today at the Homosassa Springs State Park, and we will see you a little bit later when we go back to the campground, I think. Hey guys, here we are closing out the video from our Crystal River trip. We stopped at this little park. I think this park is typical of the way this trip has gone this weekend. We came to Crystal River without a big expectation of what it was going to be like. And on our way home, we're passing on Highway 19, which is not a major highway. It gets used a lot, but it's kind of one of the back highways that runs up and down the state along the west coast. And we were driving along, and we see this train in a wayside park. It's kind of pretty well maintained. It's the Patterson-McInnes train that was used to transport logs back and forth between the sawmill and the forest that they were harvested out of. So it's typical of what we found this weekend at Crystal River. Everywhere we went, we found these little surprises that we didn't expect to find, and this train is one of them. And this park, I don't know if you can see it or not. It's kind of dark behind us. I'll see if you can see it, but there's a little, I'm going to step back. Yeah, like Jan is saying, I'm going to step back and end up in this creek. But there's this little creek right behind us. It's this neat little park that if I hadn't seen the train, we wouldn't have stopped. Would you have stopped if we hadn't seen the train? No, we wouldn't have stopped if we hadn't seen the train. And the train was built in 1915, was in service until World War II, and then I guess they closed down the sawmill and closed down the forest, and all this land was donated by the forest company. So we're closing the video out here. I think we had a great weekend. Would you agree?
We did.
Yeah.
Just a little blurb about the campsite. What was the name of it?
Crystal Isles
Crystal Isle
Campground. Yep.
It's a bit tight.
Yeah, if you're going to go there, the campground is big, but some of the sites are very small. And I think because we had a 23-foot trailer, they put us in one of the smaller sites. The roads are pretty tight, so you got to be prepared to kind of think about how you're going to pull into your site, because if you don't, you'll get in a situation you'll have to do a whole turnaround and loop and come back. So, which is what I had to do, because I couldn't back in
because of all the other cars
and trees. So
some sites they had like 2 vehicles on them, and it created like a
tight situation to park.
To try to back into your site. But the park was really nice. It was very quiet. There was a pool and hot tub, but you couldn't use it. I think they were doing some kind
They were cleaning it, I think repairing it, getting ready for the summer, I think is what they were doing, yeah. There was a little ice cream shop in the park too. We had ice cream one night.
Nice.
So that was nice. Yep. We didn't get to wander around the park too much. We kind of focused on going to the Crystal River, Kings Bay, and looking at the manatees, like you saw Jan's great time she had with the manatees under the kayak.
Yeah, that was not my finest point.
Yeah, but you guys loved it. I know I loved it. So we'll close the video out. Close the video out here. Remember,
bring that up again.
I had to. I love bringing that stuff up. So remember, if you're not subscribed to the channel, to subscribe to the channel and keep up to date with all our adventures, and give us 2 thumbs up if you like the video. And remember, keep chasing your dreams, because we're having a blast, and we know you can too. So until next time, which is Rocky Bayou State Park, it's a rally, and we should have fun there. That's a big state park we've never been to before. And of course, when we're ever with our Airstream friends, we always have a good time. So,
or we get in trouble.
Or we get in trouble.
Or both.
Or both. So until then, we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.